Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Shri Keshavaya Priyatmane, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Vama Niti Namane. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Niti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharane, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Vatsyacharisha Dharane. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Acharya Simharupare, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragya, Keshava Iti Namane, Atimartya Charitraya, Svashastranam Chaparane, Jiva Duke Sadartaya, Shri Nama Prema Lila. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namane, Shri Varshavanavi Devi Dvaitaya Kripalaye, Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Brahmane Namaha. Madhurya Ujjvala Premada, Shri Rupa Nuga Bhaktida, Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti, Vigrahaya Namostute, Namaste Guruvani, Shri Murtaye Dinatarine, Rupa Nuga Virudava, Siddhanta Dhammavarine, Namo Gaura Kishoraya, Shaksha Vaidakya Murtaye, Vipralambara Sambhuri, Padamujaya Namaha. Namo Bhakti-vedantaya, Sachidananda Namane, Gaura Shakti Surupaya, Rupanuga Vayate, Gaura Virvala Bhuvesvam, Nirvishta Saganadriya, Vaishnava Sarvabhuma Shri, Jagannathaya Te Namaha. Jaya Rupa Sanatana, Vataraguna, Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta, Dasaraguna, Vanchakalpatarubhyasya, Kripa Sindhurvarevacha, Patitanam Mahavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya, Krishna Prema Pradayate, Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya, Namne Gaurase Namaha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu Jagapate, Gopesha Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute, Tapta Kanchana Gaurani, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Sute Devi, Pranamami Hari Priye, Jayatam Surjo Pangor, Mama Mandama Jagati, Matsavasya Padam Bojo, Radhamadana Ono, Vidyadrikyadrikyam Padrumada, Shrimadharaka Simhasanasro, Shri Radha Shri Govindadevo, Vaishnavi Sevamanodhyami, Shriman Rasarasavi, Bhamsi Bhadra Tatasita, Karshani Swami Gopi, Gopinathai Shri Krishna, Vrindaya Tulasudevai, Priyaye Keshavasya, Krishna Bhakti Pradayate, Satyavataye Namo Namaha. Panchatat Padmakam Krishnam, Bhaktarupa Sarupakam, Bhaktavatar Bhaktakyam, Namami Bhakta Shaktikam, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Page 32.
Maybe I'll learn to do this time.
Gurudev Kripa Sindhuriya Poroe Dase Srinapeksha Ati Gurudev Kripa Sindhuriya Poroe Dase Srinapeksha Ati Gurudev Kripa Sindhuriya Poroe
it's
And
Hare
also do a
Krishna.
Vaishnava bhajan.
You can always
This is
tilt
good.
it back.
Yeah.
Yours has all the nice ones. Yes.
Also a lot of bhajans, so
So,
try to get
better? Right? Is this too high?
Do you play Mridanga?
I mean, if it could be lower, it'd be great, but it looks like you got a great team.
Anyone want to sing a Vaishnava bhajan?
Oh, nice.
No?
I do, but I don't know one.
Okay. Page 44. Page actually 45.
Like half the toast.
Yeah. It's not ideal, but it needs to be in
But all yeah, of course.
Krishna.
Hey para karuna karo Vaishnava gosai. Hey para karuna karo Vaishnava gosai. Patita pavana toma Patita pavana toma
love listening to you.
If this one is
Yes.
not working out, I know
I second that.
It's the best.
Page 60.
Just go. In the shower, honey.
Akroda Paramananda Nityananda Abhimana Shunya Nitai Nagare Veda Akroda Paramananda Anyone want to do more bhajan? I'm not too good. No? Page 68. Jadi gaurang kanahito, sabe ki hoito, kimone do ito de. Jadi gaurang kanahito, sabe ki hoito, kimone do ito de. Gaurang kanahito, sabe ki hoito, kimone do ito de. Gaurang kanahito, sabe ki hoito, kimone do ito de. Radhara Mahiba, Prema Rasa Simha, Radhara Mahiba, Radhara Mahiba, Prema Rasa Simha, Jagate Jana Toke. Jagate Jana Toke. Gaurang Ganahito, sabe ki hoito, kimone do ito de. Madhura Brinda, Vipina Madhuri, Pravesha Chaturi, Tara. Vipina Madhuri, Pravesha Chaturi, Tara. Madhura Brinda, Vipina Madhuri, Pravesha Chaturi, Tara. Madhura
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya Koramori. It seems page 96. Page 96.
Hare score niet high. We approached Vrindavan now. What page is Radha Kunda Tata Kunj Kuch?
Page 218.
218.
Page 218. put down the mridanga, there's more.
Oh.
Srila Prabhupada, he used to sing before class, always Jai Radha Madhav. A very beautiful Naam Kirtan. Manifested in this world by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So I want to speak about this Kirtan today, but we should sing it first before we discuss this. Beautiful Kirtan of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Koshi Rag. Yashoda ji Radhika Marvasam Prapto Yase Pratita Kripaya Sri Guru Tammanatosmi Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Ananda Lila Maya Vigrahaya Hemabhadyavyacchavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namah Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namah Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namah Bhaktya-pihina aparada lakshe Jivtastu kamaritoram kamarti Kripa mahitvam sharanam prapala Vrinde namaste charanarvindam Vrinde namaste charanarvindam Govinda Damo Daramadaveti Govinda Damo Daramadaveti Govinda Damo Daramadaveti Govinda Damo Daramadaveti Everyone. Hey Krishna, Hey Radha, Hey Sakiti Govinda Damo Daramadaveti Sham Sundar Shikanda Shikar Smaraha Smurali Manohara Radhikaras Kamama Kripanete Supriya Charna Kain Kurim Kuru Tvayvasmi Najivami Tvayavana Iti Vikyayo Devi Tam Namam Charatikam. First of all, I offer my Sastang Dandavat Puspanjali. My heart's like flowers, thousands and thousands of times at the lotus feet of my holy master, my supremely worshipable spiritual Gurudev, Asmadiya Paramaradatam Guru Pada Padma, Nitya Lila Pravisht Om Vishnu Pad Ashtotarasata Sri Rupanugacharya Varya Sila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Secondly, I offer my pranam thousands of times at the lotus feet of my Param Gurudev, to Srila Prabhupada, and to all of our Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Parampara. And finally, I offer my pranam to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis.
Shri Prema Prabhu Ki. By the closest mercy. By retrograde Mercury, the microphone is not working. So let's see. About to finish?
By the closest mercy of Sri Guru and Gauranga, we have assembled here to hear transcendental Harikatha. On the first day, we discussed the importance of Guru Tattva. Then, yesterday, we discussed the mercy of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Jai Sri Sri Guru Gaurango Jayata. Before everything we say, everything we write, first, Sri Sri Guru Gaurango Jayata. Oh, glory to Sri Guru and Gauranga. It means Yogyata Vichari Kichunahi Pai Tongara Karunasa. When I examine myself, I see that I have no virtues. I have no good qualities at all. Therefore, O Gurudev, O Gauranga Mahaprabhu, your mercy is essential for me. I am in need, I am needy. I am in need of reform. I am corrupt. I require redeeming from my fallen state by your causeless mercy. So whatever seva, whatever chanting, whatever kirtan, whatever I may do on this path of devotional service, everything is all by your mercy, by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes the devotee, Sejani Bhakti Adhikari we mentioned yesterday. By remembering, glorifying, worshipping Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the devotee develops the Adhikari. He becomes Adhikari. He develops the eligibility to enter into the experience of pure bhakti. Bhakti parishanu goro virakti anyatta chaisatrika ikakala Kapatyamanasya tastasus tusti pushtikshuda apayonu gasam. If someone is practicing Shuddha Bhakti, Uttama Bhakti, in the stage of sadhana even, what to speak of in bhava and in the stage of praying, but even in the stage of sadhana, here this verse is describing, then there should be and some experience, three things. Just as when you eat, then you experience the taste of the food. You relish the taste of the food. And you feel nourishment, you get spiritual strength. And the hunger that was there before goes away. So if you're eating and then you don't experience these three things, then there must be some problem. Perhaps you are haunted by a bhut, pisach, some ghost or witch, and he's taking all the value of the food away. So you're not getting the benefit. So in the same way, if we are engaged in hearing, chanting, remembering, and we don't get three results. First, bhakti. Bhakti means that the heart, the chitta becomes ullas. It becomes illuminated and expanding with joy. It becomes filled with abhilas. So many service desires. What to speak of serving Krishna? Only desiring to serve Krishna is full of ananda. And one gets the benefit even. Bhakti is such a wonderful thing. If you try to do it, but it fails, but you still get benefits. Just the intention was there to serve. Like Bali Maharaj. Lord Vamadev bound him up with ropes with the snakes, and he was tied up, he couldn't move. But in his mind, he just thought, I pay my obeisances to you, Supreme Lord. And he received the benefit, he received the mercy of paying obeisance, though the circumstances checked. So, Neha Vikramanashasti Pratyavayana Vidyate, on this path there's no loss, there's no diminution. Even if it seems like a failure, but you tried with devotion, then there's a joy in that seva abhilas, in the desire to serve even. So what joy is there if the service actually takes place? So bhakti, first thing should come. The heart is the ulasita, illuminated with joy. The great pleasure of the desire to serve. Then bhakti parisha anubhav. Parish means the Supreme Lord. Para isha. Parisha anubhav, realization. One should have a vision in the heart of Krishna. And that is compared, the pleasure is compared to tasting the food. having a vision in the heart of Krishna. When we chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is compared to the nourishment. When you eat food, you feel strong. So the experience of the beauty of Krishna nourishes the bhakti itself, the service mood. Krishna himself, he becomes the stimulation of our service mood. So bhakti paresha anubhavo virakti, and virakti, that joy of serving Krishna is so sublime and delightful that everything in this world seems completely tasteless and pales into insignificance. And so one becomes detached from the world. So these three things, they must happen when we engage in hearing, chanting, remembering. If these three things are not happening, then it means some ghost has possessed us and is stealing all the benefit of our practice. Rupa Goswami has given that example. Mukti bhukti spriya yavat pisachi ridivartate. As long as the desire, the pisach, the witch of the desire for material enjoyment and for liberation, to become free from worldly suffering, as long as these two desires, bhukti and mukti vancha, are present in the heart, if a person practices bhakti, then they don't get the result, it's all stolen by that witch. So Uttam Bhakti, actual sadhana bhakti, has this power, producing these three things, trika eka kala, at once, immediately, at the same time. So we have to put our finger on our pulse and take our pulse and see what is our illness. This loophole in our practice, and give it up. Then one can actually enter into sadhana bhakti. What is sadhana? What is real sadhana bhakti? Kriti sadhya bhavat sadhya bhavasa sadhana beda. Nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatyam ridi sadhyata. Kriti means that which is accomplished by the senses. Senses are called karan, indriya. So that which is accomplished by the senses is called kriti. Kriti sadhya, sadhya means accomplished. Kriti sadhya bhavat, that which is accomplished by the senses, but bhavasa sadhanabhida, by which one can attain bhav, transcendental, ecstatic, loving emotion for Sri Krishna. That is called sadhana. Then someone may say, but if this bhav is generated by the sensory activities, then how can it be something eternal? So Rupa Goswami Pad gives the example, no. Your sensory activities engaging in the process of bhakti is not the cause of this appearance of bhav. The bhav is nitya siddhasya bhavasya. It's an eternally perfect, loving emotion. And it is living in the hearts of Sri Krishna's eternal associates. And when we surrender at the lotus feet of Sri Guru and Gauranga, and then engage in sadhana, then Bhakti Shakti appears on the senses, first abhas, and begins to give some realization, some revelation. And as that intensifies, then by the mercy of those eternal associates, one ray of the sunlight of their prema will come, and it will touch our heart, touch our chitta, and then the chitta will melt. So nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatyam hridisardyata. It is this transcendental love for Krishna is not created by us, but rather by engaging in sadhana, that eternal loving mood, which is eternally perfect, manifests in the heart. So the goal of sadhana, in fact, a practice is only called a sadhana if it is expressly for attaining one particular mood. If a devotee doesn't know, how should I serve Sri Krishna in Vrindavan? If he has no clear idea of this, should I serve Krishna in Vrindavan? Perhaps I should serve Jagannath in Dwarka, Krishna in Dwarka and Rukmini. Perhaps I should serve Lord Ram in Ayodhya or Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha. Whatever. If there's no clear idea, one cannot actually engage in sadhana, because that intention must be there. This is why when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met with Ramananda Rai, his only question to begin with was, what is my sadhya? What is the goal of my life? And then after he heard about his goal, which for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to realize Radhika's mood, when he'd heard about the love of Srimati Radhika in great detail from Sri Ramananda Rai, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Sadhya vastu sadan bina keho nahi pai, kripa karo kaharai pabara upai. Without having the correct sadhana, the correct practice, no one can attain his sadhya, his goal. So now Ramananda Rai, please be merciful to me and explain, what is my sadhana? How can I attain my goal? So, sadhana is to attain bhav. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he described the bhav. Shuddha sattva visheshatma prema suryang susamyabak ruchi vischitamasrinya kridaso bhav uchate. This emotion is not a worldly emotion. It is not a function of the mind. It is not a function of the intellect. But rather, it is the Shuddha Sattva. Here Shuddha Sattva means the Samvit Sarvriti, the essence of Sri Krishna's, the awareness or consciousness potency. And Vishesh Atma. Vishesh indicates the essence of Ladini Shakti, the pleasure potency. So this bhav is the combination, Shuddha Sattva Vishesh Atma. That means it is constituted exclusively of the transcendental awareness potency and the transcendental pleasure potency of the Supreme Lord. So Prem is like the sun, which is of Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma. Prema Suryangsu Samyabak. And from that sun one ray comes and it touches the devotee's heart. Ruchi Vischitamasranya. And then the devotee's heart melts. This melting of the heart, it's said to be done by ruchi, by taste. So hit taste. There's no difference between taste and the seva abhilas, the desire to serve. Actually, these tastes, ruchi, it's in the bahuvachanam, in the plural. So it indicates three types of taste. First, Bhagavat Prapt Abhilas. This taste, I want to attain my Ishtadev. Then, Bhagavat Anukul Abhilas, the desire to render some favorable service. And then, Surid, Sohard Abhilas. Sohard Abhilas means to have a Surid Bhav. A Surid Bhav is when the clean, immaculate heart only has one shining feeling. What is that? Oh, may you be happy. To be a well-wisher. Surid means to be a well-wisher. There's no sense of my happiness or distress or anything. Only the heart is shining. May Krishna be happy. May Radhika be happy, especially. Excuse me. So when the heart is melting with these three intense desires, then this is called Kritaso Bhava Uchate. This is called Bhav. This is the goal of our sadhana. Now, Srila Rupa Goswami, he describes how this Bhav appears in a very beautiful way. He says, Avir Bhuya Mano Brito Prajanti Tatsurupatam Swam Prakasha Rupapi Vashamana Prakashavat. The meaning is that our psychological body, the basis of the psychological body is called chitta. It becomes contaminated and darkened by ego. So the chitta is the pre-egoistic mind. Before the mind is contaminated and material ego appears, in the pre-egoistic mind or in the purified mind, when the ego has been dissolved, that's a chitta. And that is called chitta. And that chitta, it has so many waves of thoughts and feelings. Those waves, they're caused by the movement of prana. So the movement of prana in the chitta is called a chitta vritti or a mano vritti. So Rupa Goswami Pad here is saying, Avirbhuya mano brito brajanti tatsurupatam. That when bhav appears, it is when bhav appears, it is an avirbhav, it is literally an appearance. Just like we say, the avirbhav, the appearance day of whatever, Lord Nrsimhadev or Lord Ramachandra. It means the day that an avatar, a personality from the spiritual world, appeared within this plane. So avirbhuya mano brito, the essence of Krishna's awareness, potency and pleasure potency makes an avirbhav. It descends where? In your manobrittis. It appears in the movements of prana, in the purified mind. Prajanti tat surupatam, and it becomes one with your thoughts. And so swayam prakasha rupa pi basamana prakashavat. Usually when you think of something, basamana is a technical term. If you think of something, now you can think of the front door of your house, you think of it, what happens? The vrittis of your mind move and they make that picture in your mind. And then your atma, your soul, is seeing it. So basyamana prakasya, that image appears in your mind, and it seems to be that your soul is illuminating this image, and the chitta itself is bright, so they shine onto each other. It's double, it goes both ways. The chitta is bright and it shows the image to you, and your chitta, your soul has the gyan britti. From the soul comes, and you illuminate that image and you see something in your mind. So that is what usually happens. Basamana prakasya, that your thoughts are illuminated by the function of your soul and your mind. But here Rupa Goswami is saying, no, when this bhav enters into your chitta vritti, basamana prakasya vat, it seems as if your mind is generated something, or it's illuminated by the action of your mind and chitta. But swayam prakasha rupapi, whatever is manifested by bhav is swayam prakash. It's self-manifested. It is self-manifested. It is the divine realm manifesting within our consciousness. It is not imagination. It is not a product of the mind. It is the eternal spiritual reality being revealed to us by the power of Krishna's spiritual potency, Sambit, especially by Sambit. So Rupa Goswami Pad said, Vastuta swayam asvada Swarupaiva Ratishta so Krishna Dika Makaswada Hetutvam Pratipadyate. It means that this bhav is a swayam astwadya. That means itself, it's full of taste. It's relishable itself. But also, Krishnadi Karma Kaswada Hetutva. It has the quality of being the cause of tasting Krishna and his activities and qualities and so on. So what does that mean? It means that this bhav becomes cause and effect. Bhav becomes cause and effect within our consciousness. How? By the Sambit Shakti revealing the beautiful form and qualities of Sri Krishna. And also revealing us as the ashray, as the shelter of love towards Sri Krishna. You see, in this world, there is a duality which is based on subject and object. We think I am the subject and the world is my object. But this person we are thinking is the subject. That is actually just a material ego. So the soul is in a state of illusion, identifying with this body. here's a subject and here's my object. So it's Maya itself which is making the duality of subject and objects. But see, Krishna, the transcendental world, is a Advaya, Akhanda. Jahi Anadi Ananta Akhanda Acheda Veda Subeda Batawe. He's indivisible reality. So in that indivisible reality which is beyond duality, then how can you be one individual and Krishna be another individual? How does that happen? So the Samvit Shakti gives you the experience of Krishna as the Vishai, the object of love, and yourself as the Ashray. So the subject-object of the spiritual world is not done by the material energy. It is manifest by the spiritual energy, which is non-different from Sri Krishna. It's his Swarup Shakti. It has come from his form and enters into his devotee. And so the Samvit Shakti makes the awareness of Ashray and Vishai. It makes the variety in the realm of non-duality. So, experiencing the beauty of Krishna becomes the cause of feeling the pleasure of experiencing his beauty. So the Samvit becomes the cause, and the Ladini is the effect. Their heart begins to expand with joy. And even if a person does not see Krishna, just they want to serve him, there is joy there also. So in other words, though the Ladini Shakti, the pleasure potency, is joyful and relishable by itself, but Bhav becomes the cause and effect, because in Bhav there's Samvit and Ladini. So the Samvit gives the experience of Sri Krishna, and then the Ladini gives the relishment of the joy of relishing his beauty and the desire to serve him more and more. So this is how a devotee in this world who's doing sadhana, when his heart is pure and the mercy of the Guru and Gauranga and the eternal associates of the Lord descends, then he can experience the divine realm, not by imagination, not by creative visualization, not by fantasy, illusion or dream, but actually he can experience the divine realm. How? Through hearing, chanting and remembering. So it will come especially through association. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there Sri Krishna said, Parasparanukathanam Bhavanam Bhagavatyasha Mitorati Mito Tushti Nibritan Mito Atmana Smarantyas Pariyantascha Mitogogam Haram Harim Bhaktya Sanjatya Bhaktya Bidbrat Utpalakamutanu. Krishna told Uddhav, when my devotees come together, Parasparanukata, they have continuous harikatha, anukatha. Continuously they hear and chant. Paraspara, mutually with each other. Sometimes one speaks, another hears, sometimes another speaks and the others hear. Parasparanukathanam pavanam bhagavat yasha. And this glory of Sri Krishna is a purifying. As we're hearing, then what's going on? Sundatam swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtana hridyanta astohi abhadrani vidunoti surit satam. Sri Krishna, who is the friend of everyone, enters into our heart and starts cleaning while we're listening to Harikatha and removing all anarthas. So Bhavanam Bhagavat Visha Mitorati Mitotushti. Mitorati means those devotees who are hearing and chanting together, they have love for each other. You cannot experience this path of bhakti if you are with a group of persons who are all in conflict with each other and squabbling and backbiting and all of these things. It's impossible. That's asatsang, material association. In sadhu sangha, there's only harikatha. Sweet harikatha flowing like rivers in 10 directions all at once. 8 directions, 4 cardinal directions, 4 in between the cardinal directions, up and down. So harikatha is going. Flowing like rivers non-stop. And just as the river flows naturally, the harikatha is flowing naturally also. So only in that association, loving association, mitorati, mitotushti, everyone's heart feels satisfied. And when the heart it feels tushti, satisfied, then nivritta mita atmana, it's very easy to give up all anarthas, all material attachments and obstacles that we have, because we feel some emptiness. There's a vacuum. We feel insufficient and we try to fill it with something from the material world. But when the heart is overflowing with joy from loving devotee association, then there's no worldly vacuum, no attraction to material things. So all anarthas, they can be left easily and naturally. So smarantas marayantascha, the devotees remember Krishna and they remind each other of Krishna. And then Krishna says that when I see all the devotees having such love and affection for each other and engaged in hearing and chanting, remembering me, I become so happy that I personally remove whatever obstacles are there in their life. And sometimes from outside some problem comes, some difficulty. But Krishna will take it away when he's pleased with how we are associating with the devotees. Dadati pratigranati guyamakiti prichiti bhungte bojayate chaiva sadvida pratilakshana. Rupa Goswami in Upadeshamrita, he's giving the Amrita, the Upadesha Sar, the essence of all instruction. So there's no fluff there. There's no filler. There's nothing superfluous. Everything that he said in Upadeshamrita is completely essential, and if any part of it is missing, then the formula will not work. And this is why he said, Dadati pratigranati. One has to engage in the loving exchanges with devotees, especially those who are more advanced than us. To give something, receive something, to open one's heart and hear something confidential, to give prasadam and take some remnants from advanced devotees. Why? Because by these 6 exchanges, the Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma is transferred from one heart, a realized devotee, to the devotee who now becomes realized himself. It is through these 6 exchanges of love that the Shuddha Sattva is very powerfully, through remnants, through hearing confidential things, through giving and receiving some gift. So, Krishna becomes satisfied, he takes away all obstacles, the devotee finds it very easy. He's in sadhu sangha again and again, all the time, and staying in the holy dham. Then, bhaktya sanjatya bhaktya. In that group of devotees, if at least one of them has rati, bhav, then when they hear and chant together, then from bhakti comes bhakti. The only cause of bhakti is someone else's bhakti. Because it said that bhakti is causeless. There's no cause for bhakti. Then how does it appear? Bhakti is causeless because bhakti is the cause of bhakti. So the cause of our bhakti is someone else's bhakti by association. So how does someone know that devotion is being generalized? That from a pure devotee it's spreading out and entering into the hearts of his anugatjan, those who are following and serving under his guidance in anugatya. How do you know? Bibrad utpulakam tanum. Krishna said, when a kirtan is going on, when Harikatha is going on, then everyone's hairs are standing on end. Because it's the symptom that Shuddha Sattva is spreading. At first it may be abhas, even the abhas, just a little reflection of that Shuddha Sattva may make a person's hair stand on end, make them tears come in the eyes as well. So, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad has said, Srimad Bhagavatathanam aswado rasikai saha. It's essential to be in the association of Rasik Vaishnavas and relish the meanings of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Relish the meanings of the beautiful poetry of our acharyas. And by this, one will get a clear understanding. Who is the object of my love? This is called the upasya pariskriti, the refinement of our understanding. Who is it I am serving? And gradually the refinement of our own identity will come. So, understand that when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari Bhakti Parishana Bhavo Viraktiya. Simultaneously, he's experiencing three things at once. His joy of desire to serve and the direct experience of Radha Madhav and their pastimes. He's experiencing them in the holy name. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the incarnation of a Kamala Manjari, a very near and dear maidservant of Srimati Radhika, who is serving Radhika under the guidance of Lalita Sakhi. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself, he has said, Nama Sudharasa Gayo Krishna Yasha Rakho Bachana Manamora. Oh my dear mind, always, always be fixed in relishing the rasa of Krishna's names. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written a number of Nam Kirtans like Vibhavari Shesha, like Yashomati Nandan. And this Kirtan also, Jai Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Giri Bharadhari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari is also Nam Kirtan, full of rasa. And by his closest mercy, it's become most famous. I think everyone, everywhere knows this Nam Kirtan. So what is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur experiencing here? Jai Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari. Jai means victory, success. The meeting of Radha Krishna in the Kunjas of Vrindavan should be successful. But actually, to be successful is not so easy. It's quite problematic. Why? Because Radhika, she lives in Javat with her so-called husband, Abhimanyu, her mother-in-law, Jyotila, her sister-in-law who's always spying on her and trying to look for some fault, Kutila, Durmad. And so it's very difficult. And when she's staying there, then she feels so helpless, so intense fire of separation from Sri Krishna. How can I meet with him? So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has expressed, Sri Krishna Birahe Radhikara Dasha Amito Sahite Nari Jukala Milan Sukera Karana Jibana Chorite Pari. So Jai Radha Madhava. There should be some success, but now not success. Radhika is in separation. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has the desire, the Seva Abhilash, the desire, how to bring Radha and Krishna together. So, Sri Krishna Bihare Radhikara Dasha Amito Sahiti Nari. Kamala Manjari is saying, the condition that Radhika is in, when she is separated from Sri Krishna, I cannot tolerate it. It is intolerable. So this is the Abhiman of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his spiritual form. I cannot tolerate that Radhika feels so helpless and hopeless and burning in separation from Sri Krishna. Jugal Milan Sukara Karan Jivana Chariti Pari. For the sake of Jugal Milan, bringing the divine couple together, I am ready to give up my life. What does it mean? It's a sankalpa. It's a sankalpa. I must, at all cost, at all expense, somehow or other, bring Radhika to meet with Krishna, even if it means losing my life. So this is the desire for the Abhisar Seva. The desire to take Radhika, somehow sneak her out from the house when Jyotila has fallen asleep. Take her out from the house and then into the forest, at night. Just around, Brinda Devi has made around the village so many trees, because in the forest she has planted so many beautiful flowers and various animals and creepers that glow in the dark. They're luminous, astonishing, adbhut. They cause the adbhut ras, the ras of astonishment to Radha and Krishna when they see them. But she did not plant any of those luminous flowers and plants close to the village. She has made a row of dense trees in a circle around the village. And the luminous plants are the other side of those trees. Because it's very important that as Radhika leaves Dhyavat and goes before, she should not be seen by anyone as she's heading towards the forest. So on a dark moon night, then she will dress in the dark clothing and ornaments. And on the full moon night, then she will dress in, not that she will dress, Kamala Manjari. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has this seva abhilas. Oh Radhika, on the full moon night, when will I not dress you in your blue cloth, but in the light white colors? When will I not give to you bright red lipstick, but camphor lipstick, like snow, shining? When will I decorate you, not with the colored flowers, but only with the kundamala, small fragrant white flowers? The Shamantaka money, it should be hidden, because it's sham color. So there should be pearls, white pearl necklace, everything white, and cloth around the ankle bells so they don't jingle or make a noise. When will I render this service? And then sneak you out from the house and into the forest. Kalayati nayanam dishi dishi balitam pankajamiva mridu marut chalitam. Ramananda Rai has written this. Oh, Radharani, her eyes are glancing here and there, trembling. What does it indicate? Nervousness, fear. She's looking here and there nervously, because someone may see her leaving the house and going into the forest. Just like when the wind blows and a lotus flower trembles, so Radhika's eyes are trembling with fear, looking here and there. Keli vipinam pravisati radha pratipada samudita manasi jabadha. And in this way, Radhika enters the forest and she is feeling the great pain of the arrows of Cupid. That means she has a strong desire to please see Krishna in loving pastimes. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he says, when will that day come when I will have this opportunity to serve Radhika, taking her into the forest, so that Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, they can be a successful meeting. Sasakabrida Bisare Netra Bringanchalabhyam Dishi Vidishi Payenut Gonitabyam Banani Kuvalaya Dalakosya Neva Kliptani Yabhyam Kimukil Kalaniyo Devitabyam Janoyam. Oh Radhika, when will it be a full moon night? And on the full moon night, you can see the moon is called Sashakabit. It is holding a dark shape, like the shadow of a rabbit. Shashakabit. There's an impression like the mark of a rabbit on the moon. And so this is called a Samochchai Alankar. That means that something in nature is reflecting what's going on here in the Lila. So just as there's a mark of a rabbit, so Radhika going into the forest, she's also moving like a rabbit. You see? Because you know how rabbits move? They sit in one place and they quickly go hop, 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 and then they stop again. And they're still. And then they quickly go hop, 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 and then they're still again. So like this, Radhika goes in the shade of a tree. And then she's looking around. Dishiti payenod gurnatabhyam banani. She's glancing here and there with her eyes full of fear. Will someone see me? And she's still. And then, when will I go ahead and look around and then call her? Come on. Oh, Saki, don't be afraid. I have looked, I have checked, no one's coming, now you come. And then Radhika quickly runs into the next shade. Out of the moon, across the moonlit area to the next shade. And then again she's looking around. Then her maidservant is taking her hand and looking, come on again. And then again she's running. It's so beautiful. Why? Because Sri Krishna is the ashray, the shelter of all existence. But Sri Krishna takes shelter of Srimati Radhika. But that Srimati Radhika is afraid and she's taking shelter of her young maidservant. This is so beautiful. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving, this opportunity that even Radhika takes shelter of her maidservant. Help me, how can I get out of the house? How can I go through the forest? How will I not be seen by anyone? Kuvalaya dalakosha neva kliptani yabhyam. Radhika is glancing here and there. And as she glances, the nectar is coming out from her eyes. And wherever her glance falls, then the flowers in the forest start to bloom. And because she's thinking of Krishna, even the flowers which are not blue, when she looks, they bloom and they become blue. In Vedanta it's described that when you perceive something, when you look at something, some portion of your chitta comes out of your eyes and then embraces that object. So Kripa Kataksh, the merciful glance, is like that. When we come in front of Radha Krishna, we don't come to see them, we come that they'll glance upon us. Shubha Drishti Karo Prabhu, Jagatera Prati, Jagokari Doyamora Sumangalarati. Oh Krishna, oh Radhika, please wake up and glance upon me. That means the portion of your heart should come out from your eyes and embrace me and awaken my love. So Radhika is going through the forest where she's glancing. The flowers are blooming and they're manifesting a bluish color because she's only thinking, Sham, 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 Sham. Where is my Sham? So when will that day come? Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. I finally bring Radhika successfully to that Kunj where Sri Krishna is waiting. But then, as soon as Srimati Radhika sees Sri Krishna, such intense anurag is there. Prapanna pantanam hari asakidasman nayanayo apurvo yam puryam kvachiddapi nadristo madurima pratike pyekasya spurati muhur angasya sakya sriyasthasya patum lavanpi samata nadagiyam. As soon as Radhika sees Sri Krishna, then she tells her Saki, oh Saki, many times before in the past, Sri Krishna appeared on the pathway of my eyes. But I tell you that today I see him. He is apurva, unprecedented. I have never seen such beauty before in my life. What to speak of the beauty of Krishna? My eyes are incapable of drinking the nectar of even one small part of one of the limbs of Krishna. I cannot drink the whole beauty of his chest, of his strong arms, of his lotus eyes, of his bimba fruit-like lips, of his nose which is decorated with a pearl, of his peacock feather, his pitambar, his lotus feet. What to speak of drinking the whole nectar of Krishna? What to speak of drinking the whole nectar of one limb? I am incapable of tasting the sweetness of even one part of one of Krishna's limbs. What is it? This is anurag. Extraordinary power of love. And so, when Radhika meets with Krishna, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, And this anurag increases unlimitedly. She feels so much ecstasy. Jai kale basopane, dekinu bangsi badane, se kala aire dui vari, ananda armadan, hori nil morman, dekite na painu natra bhari. Reach it and it aramata. So beautiful. Radhika said, any time that I saw Krishna, whether I was awake or whether it was in a dream, then immediately when I saw him, two enemies came in front of me. Ananda, joy, and Madan, Cupid. And they stole my mind. That means that I began to fall unconscious. And so in my life, in my life, I was never able to drink the beauty of Sri Krishna with my eyes. My eyes were never filled with his sweetness. So when Radhika sees Krishna, she's in such ecstasy that, and she's fainting there, trembling and fainting on the spot. So that's when the Sakis have to be there. Gopi Janna Vallabha. Gopi Janna Vallabha. The other gopis, the Sakis of Radhika, they must be there. Because if Radhika becomes submissive as soon as she sees Krishna, then the pastimes will not be. Krishna will think, this person is like Chandravali. No, Radhika should be very bold. She can't just become submissive to Krishna just in a moment. No. Radhika should be contrary and it will be more attractive to see Krishna. So at that time, Lalita Saki, she gives some nudge to Radhika and begins to criticize Krishna. We know that Lalita criticized Krishna. Durte Brajendra Tanaye Tanu Shushtabamam Ma Dakshina Bava Kalankini Lagavaya Radhe Giram Shinu Hutam Iti Shikshantim Devim Gunais Lalitam Lalitam Namami. Rupa Goswami has prayed that Radhika tells Krishna, don't be submissive tells Radhika, don't be submissive to the son of Nanda Maharaj. He's dirt, he's a rascal. He's a dishonest person. He's an unfaithful person. So don't be submissive to him. You should be very strongly contrary. Listen to my advice. It's for your benefit. We know that Lalita, if Krishna does something wrong, Lalita will speak like this to Radhika. But even if Krishna has not done something wrong, Lalita will say this. Why? To make her become angry because she's fainting. So Krishna hasn't done anything wrong. But Lalita anywhere will provoke Radhika to have some man, some contrariness, some anger towards Krishna, just to do the Vishayantara. Vishayantara means to change the mood because her ecstasy is making her faint. And she should not take a lower or submissive position before Sri Krishna. So you see how the Sakis, they're so important. They're essential. Without the Sakis, there's no Leela. There's no Leela without the Sakis, actually. So then Gopi Janna Vallabha. Saki, Ramananda Rai said, Saki Bina E Leela Pushti Nahiyai, Saki Leela Vistariya, Saki Ashwadai. Without the Sakis, this Leela, it is not initiated. Because they're the ones, Radhika is hopeless, what to do. They're the ones. Don't worry, I've arranged a meeting for you. They're the ones who are initiating the pastimes. Then they're the ones who are nourishing the pastimes. And then they are the ones who are increasing the pastimes. Or Radha Krishna will do one pastime, and then when the Sakis decide, all right, that's enough of that pastime, they'll say, oh yes, now, stop playing with the colors now, or stop drinking the honey wine. Now we should do some gambling game. And they bring the dice for gambling. So they're also making the transition from one Leela to another into so many branches unlimitedly. So they initiate the Leela, they nourish the Leela, they expand the Leela, and when Radha Krishna are playing, then who's relishing? Krishna is relishing Radhika, Radhika is relishing Krishna, but who's relishing Radha Krishna? Sakis. So they are the beneficiaries of the Leela also. So it begins with them and ends with them also. How great they are. Swayatina Padamasam Ka Sakinam Rasagya. Srila Krishna's Goswami Pad says, anyone, if anyone is rasik, they understand rasa, then who would not take complete shelter of the Sakhis? Not shelter of Krishna or Radhika, take shelter of the Sakhis. Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, Shri Mora Sampada, Shri Mora Bhajana Pujana. The lotus feet of Rupa Manjari, they're my everything, they're my karma, they're my dharma, they're my japa, they're my tapa, they're my bharat. If you know rasa, then this mood will come. Take shelter of the Sakhis. Rupa Manjari is Nitya Sakhi, the different categories. So then, Lalita makes sure that Radhika will not faint, and she's a little bit contrary. And she brings the Radhika just to the doorway of the Kunj. Now Krishna is sitting on a very beautiful bed of flower petals and sees that Radhika has come. But he also knows that it's not success yet. Anything can happen. At any moment, she may just turn around and leave. She's so unpredictable. She's so impetuous. She's so volatile. What is she going to do next? Even she doesn't know. What to speak of Krishna? Radhika always keeps Krishna guessing. So then it's a very delicate moment. Then see, Krishna will have to speak the most sweet Chatuvakya. You understand Chatuvakya? Chatuvakya means flattery. Once there was a jackal, and he saw some meat, and he was going to get that meat, but suddenly a crow flew down and grabbed the meat and flew up a tree. So then the jackal was saying, oh, I missed my chance now. But then he thought, no, there's still a chance. He said, oh crow, you are so shiny and black. I have never seen anyone so shiny and black like you. So the crow was thinking, finally someone has recognized my greatness. This jackal is very intelligent. If someone gives some compliments, then we immediately think that person is very smart because they have recognized my greatness. Unlike others. So then the jackal said, oh crow, if your appearance is so beautiful, I cannot even imagine how beautiful your singing will be. Please sing a song for me. So then the crow, he goes, yes, of course. Wah, wah. And when he opened his mouth, then the meat fell, and then the jackal took it. This is called Chatuvakya, flattery. How to flatter someone to get them to do what you want. So now Krishna will have to speak very sweet words because it's a critical moment. Kishalaya Shayana Tale Kurukamini Charanananina Binivesham Tava Padapalava Vairi Parabhava Idam Anupavati Suvesham Shana Madhuna Narayana Managata Kshana Madhuna Narayana Managata Anusara Radhike Kishalaya Shayanatali Guru Kamini. Oh Kamini, that means you are full of calm, full of love. I know you are full of love. And your lotus feet are very soft. But here, on this bed of flowers, there are also very soft petals. And these soft petals, they are so proud. They are the rivals to the softness of your lotus feet. They are thinking they are great. Oh, we are softer than her lotus feet. So just come here and teach. Your lotus feet should teach these petals a good lesson. And reduce their pride. They should be defeated. Come. Shana Madhuna. Now. Just right now. Just for a minute. Keep your lotus feet here. Oh Radhika, you have come. My pran priyatam. more dear to me than my life. Your soft lotus feet have walked a very long way through the forest. So you must be feeling some discomfort. If you just sit here for a moment, I'll massage your lotus feet and take away your discomfort. Like this. So gradually, see Krishna, he's telling, Shanam Aduna Narayanam Manugata. I am your follower, Narayan. I am Narayan. Why would Krishna say I am Narayan? Narayana. Nara means the water, and Ayana means resting. Resting on the water. Krishna is thinking, oh Radhika, you are feeling very hot because you're Kamini. You have so many desires. So if a person is hot, then they like to go and take bath in a big ocean. And there they'll become cool and refreshed. So I am Narayana. That means come and join me and sport in the ocean of Prema. I am your follower. Anusara Radhike. Krishna's words are so charming. So she takes a few steps. A few steps. But she's still contrary. So then Krishna, he comes close to Srimati Radhika. But she still has some contrary mood. So then Krishna again, he will have to coax her and speak very sweetly. Because the Bhamyata, the contrariness of Radhika, prevents the Anurag from going up into the stage of Mahabhav. And really in that stage of Mahabhav, that's where the amorous pastimes become manifest. So Krishna is doing the Lajja Ched by his actions, by his words. He's cutting her shyness and he's removing her contrariness. That's why in the Mahamantra his name is Hari. Hari means one who takes away. What? One who takes away the contrary mood of Radhika when they meet. So Krishna says, Labdya mama muloka tanvi purato ramali abhyudgata netre padya vidin shirajala bharat prityapito chakpatu vakshaschaskalat uttariyam adishat divyasnam sambrahmad vama yastava dakshinam dakshina parikaro distadya vritto mai. Oh Radhika, I see, it's understood that when a respectable person enters into an assembly of people, then what happens? When a respectable person enters into an assembly of people and all feel respect and submissiveness to that person, then everyone stands up. Then they may welcome that person and wash his feet also and offer an asana to sit down. So Sri Krishna, he said, Labdam mama vilo kathan vipurato romavali. Oh Radhika, I see that as I come close to you, all of your hairs are standing on it. So out of respect, all of your bodily hairs are standing up. And also, some water is coming from your eyes. Some tears are coming from your eyes to greet me with the padya, for washing the lotus feet. And also, due to your ecstatic symptoms, your veil, which was over your chest, is falling away to offer me asana, a resting place, like this. So even though I see that you are quite contrary to me, but at the same time, today it's my good fortune that all your associates are very respectful and submissive to, they're very submissive to me today. So in this way, Krishna speaks in a sweet way, and the contrariness of if he's meeting with Braj Gopis, or especially Radhika, her contrariness is going away, and then the Mahabhav manifests. What is this Mahabhav? Anuraga swasambedya dasha prapam prakashita yavad ashray bhitischet bhava ityabhidiyate. First, Anuraga swasambedya. It is like going into a trance. Just like a yogi goes into a trance and then he gives up his identification with his conventional ego, and he sees from above that. So in the same way, Ruddha Bhav means to be elevated to another level, and seeing everything from above that, and forgetting the all one's worldly identity for the yogis. So Krishna said, Tannavidan maya anusanga baddha diya swam atmanam atastatedam yatha samado muniobdita ye nadya pravishta ivanama rupe. The Braj Gopis are so attached to me, they become so absorbed in me, that just like a yogi enters into samadhi, or just as a river, it has a name, but then enters into the ocean and then it doesn't know what river is this. So in the same way, the Braj Gopis, they're so absorbed in me, they go into a trance of love. And they can't even remember who am I, where it came from, or anything. Now they're just in the beautiful realm of the Nikunja Lila. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. And because in rasa, you cannot have one person on this level of love and another person on a lower level, or another one on a higher level. It will be rasabas. The love has to, of the lover and beloved, they have to go up together. The only exception is Madanakya Mahabhav. Krishna cannot go to that. But Madanakya Mahabhav is such a condition where even things which would be contradictory, all are reconciled. So when Radhika goes up into the state, into the trance of prema, then Krishna also goes into that state. And it cannot happen with any other associates, only with gopis. Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari. Because the cowherd boys, they don't have that Ruddha and Adiruddha Mahabhav. The parents or any other members of Braja, it is not with them. So Krishna can only have that experience of going into a complete trance of love when he meets with the Braja Gopis. And this is why Krishna himself has said, Nahi jane smrite rase manome tad kidrisham bhavet. Once Krishna was sitting and thinking, and he said, I perform many pastimes which are very beautiful and full of love. But what to speak of remembering, what to speak of the Rasalila, what to speak of remembering even the Rasalila. If I were to just for a moment begin to remember the Rasalila, I cannot say what will happen to my mind. Manome Kidrashambhavet. What will happen to my mind if I simply begin to remember that Lila? So what to speak will happen actually in this Lila. So this is called Swasambheda Dasha. Then Varamrita Sarupa Sri Swam Sarupam Manonayat. Even when Swasambheda Dasha comes, still it's not called Mahabhav. It's not called Ruddha Bhav. Anuraga Swasambheda Dasha Prapa Prakashita. There should be Prakashita. Prakashita means 5 or more sattvic bhavs all manifest at the same time. Tears, trembling, the choking of the voice, the fading of the complexion, becoming stunned, fainting, all of these various sattvic bhavs, they should manifest 5 or more at the same time in a highly, in the state of udipta, at least in the state of udipta, inflamed manifestation of the sattvic bhavs. Now what does it mean? Do you know how sattvic bhavs manifest? When there is bhav in the chitta vritti, this is why I told at the beginning of the class some basic metaphysics about bhav, because if you don't know the basics, then you cannot understand the higher level. So if a person in this world, bhav enters into his chitta vrittis, then the pran, this aprakrita pran, supernatural pran, the bhav in his chitta vrittis, it touches his pran which is moving around his body. And when this pran moves around the body and it touches the different elements, if it touches fire, then the person will start perspiring, you become hot. If it touches the water element, then tears will flow from the eyes. If it touches the air element which controls the sense of touch, then the hairs on the skin will stand up. So in this way, as the Shuddha Sattva is touching the different elements in the body, it causes Sattvic Bhavs. But in this world, the Sattvic Bhavs are very small. But in the stage of Mahabhav, it is Prakashita. And the reason is that though the bodies of the persons in the spiritual world are made of Sandhini Shakti, the existence potency, but Rati, Bhav appears and it moves, but it doesn't take over all of their Chitta Vrittis. There are other Vrittis there, it doesn't take over all of them. So, but when the gopis come into the state of Ruddha Bhav, now this Ruddha Bhav becomes one with all of their Chitta Vrittis. Their entire mind becomes completely one with the state of Ruddha Bhav. And then that Ruddha Bhav overflows into the body and it travels everywhere. And then all their prana in their whole body becomes one with the state of Mahabhav. And so the body itself, just as if you put iron in fire, it becomes the same as fire. So now the gopis' bodies become one with Mahabhav. So they're called, the Radhika is Mahabhav Swarup, the embodiment of Mahabhav. Body is Sandhini, but it's become exactly identical, everything, with the Mahabhav, and therefore the Sattvic Bhavs are called Prakashita. 5, 6, 7 or 8 Sattvic Bhavs are manifest very intensely. So this is Jai Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari. When they come together, when all the obstacles have been overcome, when Radhika has become free from the contrary mood, and then Mahabhav manifests, and then Radha Krishna, they go into a trance of love, and then all their hairs are standing, and both of them, their tears are flowing, they're trembling and becoming stunned. This is Jai Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is Kamala Manjari, just outside the Kunj and peeping through the lattice window and watching. How is it? How is it at that time? If there is the trance of love, Swasamveda Dasha, and if there is Prakashita, then it's still Mahabhav. There's one more condition. It's not Mahabhav still. There's one more condition. Yavad Ashraya Brittis Chet Bhava Ityabhidiyate. There's one more thing should happen. What is that? Yavad Ashraya Vritti. Yavad Ashraya Vritti means the vibration, the vritti, the function of this Mahabhav. It has not only permeated the mind, it has not only become one with the entire body, but now it spreads out from the body and begins to permeate everything all around. And so the entire scene of the Kunj becomes illuminated. That is called Yavad Ashraya. And then we can say Bhava Ityabhidiyate. It's called Ruddha Bhava. So Srila Rupa Goswami Pad said, one day Vishakasaki saw how Radha and Krishna met together in the Kunj, and they came into this state. And she was struck with wonder. She said, Sashi Vyomut Sangam Sashinam Apita Kantila Rahi Puro Brindarandyam Sumuki Sahasa Kantila Harim Hari Brindaranyam Harim Apkileya Tavasaki Sakim Prema Puro Nijasu Sumaya Dayam. She said, oh, the moon is shining in the sky. We were just singing the song of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Vasanta Shanka Shanka Karita. What stimulates love? Vasant, the spring season. Shashank means the moon marked with the picture, with the form of a rabbit. Shashank. So Vishakasaki said, oh look, the moon is beautified by its rays. Its rays have waves. Kanti Lahari means waves of beauty are making the moon more beautiful. And the waves of beauty coming from the moon, they themselves are made more beautiful by the forest of Vrindavan. Usually you would think that the moon is making the rays beautiful and the rays of the moon are making Vrindavan beautiful. But she's saying the other thing. The waves of luster coming from the moon are making the moon more beautiful. But these waves of luster are being made more beautiful by the forest of Vrindavan. What is this? So then she says that Hari Brindaranyam Harim Apikalayam Tavasaki. And the forest of Vrindavan is looking more beautiful. Why? Because the waves of love coming from Krishna. And Krishna is looking more beautiful. Why? Because Sakim Prema Puro. Because the waves of love are coming from Radhika and making Krishna more beautiful. And then, well, that's where it stops. With the prem. Radhika is made more beautiful by her waves of prem. But prem, it stops at prem. Prem is everything. Krishna nachaya prem, bhakta nachaya, apani nachaya, tina nachaya katai. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami Pad said, prem makes Krishna dance, prem makes the devotee dance, and prem itself dances. All three are dancing together. But the karta, the doer, is prem. Prem is doing everything. So this is the experience in Mahabharata. Just like when someone goes into trance, then he realizes, I'm not the doer. So when Krishna and Gopis go in the trance of love, they don't know what's happening. The Leela is going on. The prem is doing everything. So perhaps you have seen, sometimes in a garden, if someone has a big ornamental garden, they have a fountain, with the 3 tiers, the three-tier fountain. So at the top of the fountain, the water is coming out, and it fills the first tier. And when that tier becomes full of water, what happens? It overflows, and then it fills the next tier. And when that tier becomes full, it overflows, and it fills the next tier. And so these 3 or 4 tier fountains, they go on like this. That one is filling the other one, and the other one, and the other, like that. So, though Vishaka Sarki said she started with the moon, and she came down from the moon to the rays to the forest to Krishna, Krishna to Radhika, and Radhika to her love. Actually, the fountainhead of the beauty is the love in the heart of Radhika. The love in the heart of Radhika in Mahabhav is overflowing from her heart, filling her body, emanating from, making her even more beautiful, emanating from her, filling Krishna, overflowing from Krishna, making Krishna more beautiful. Then their love is overflowing and making the forest more beautiful. And the shining of the forest is making the rays of the moon more beautiful, and that's making the moon more beautiful. And the Sakis are looking. This is why Ramananda Rai said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Chitraya Swayam Anvarandaya Diha Brahmandahami Odare Bhuyo Bina Varaga Hingala Varai Singaru Karyu Kriti. Madhurya Ras personified has decorated like an artist has painted the entire universe. Remember that verse? Ramananda Rai taught to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Brahman Dahami Odare. So this is a Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivara Krishna Girivardhari. It means that he is not lifting Govardhan hill here. But Radhika also has put some hills with her. So he's lifting this hill. Girivardhari means he's a hero. Because the Vira Ras nourishes Madhura Ras. If the heroine sees that the hero is so strong and courageous, then she feels greater romantic mood. So, Yashoda Nandana Prajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari. When they're playing together, here's something important. Jai Radha Madhav. What does Madhav mean? Madhav means husband of goddess of fortune, but it has another meaning. There are 360 different types of heroines. And the best heroine is called Swadhin Bhatrika Kanta. That means the heroine whose love is so intense that the hero has become submissive. He follows her like a shadow. He cannot give her up for one moment. The thought of any other gopi cannot enter into his mind for a second even. And that Swadhin Bhatrika Kanta, she can tell, oh, you have made my hair become disheveled. Krishna, decorate my hair. The footlac has washed away by perspiration. You should decorate my feet with yavak rasa. So that the extreme limit of Swadhin Bhatrika Kanta is called Madhavi. So When Radhika is Madhavi, that time Krishna is Madhav. It means Krishna, who is the Dil Lalit Nayak, the hero who is like Cupid, and he is the Anukul Dil Lalit Nayak. The hero is like Cupid, who has become completely favorable to Srimati Radhika. That Krishna we can serve. If he has any favor for any other gopi, forget it. We won't serve him. That's why we say, Anyabhilash Tasunyam Jnana Kamartinavitam Anukulyena Krishna Nuslam. We'll only serve that Anukul Krishna. Not any other Krishna in any other mood. So that time, Radhika tells, oh, now you should decorate me. And Krishna begins to decorate Srimati Radhika. Now she's Madhavi and he's Madhav. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. So Krishna is decorating. And he's experiencing the Adbhut, or astonishment. How madhur, how sweet she is. How can I decorate her? Nitam te puna uktatam brahmarakai pat kasturika patrakam netrabhyam vipulikritam kuvalaya dvayam chakarna pitam vakshascha smita kanti bangivir alam pishtanu peshi krita Kimbra de tavamanda nena nitram angar asi jyotita. Krishna said, oh, what is the use of decorating you? One type of decoration is to paint the Patravali. Patravali means the gopis have on their face very beautiful vines with leaves. A decoration made of leaves and vines, and it's done in kasturi. So, kasturika patrakam. Krishna has taken the kasturi and is painting the leaves and vines on the forehead of Radhika. But then he said, Nitam te puna uktatam. What is the use of painting these vines? It's a defect for me. It is the defect of puna ukti. If there's a poet and a poet is writing a poem, but in his poem he repeats himself, every line should be something new. We shouldn't say the same thing. So if someone is writing something and they repeat themselves, this is called a puna ukti dosh. Something is repeated. So Sri Krishna says, Brahmarakai kasturika patrakam. This is a defect here, because if I paint the very beautiful black vines and leaves on your forehead, I have done puna ukti dosh, the defect of redundancy. Because this decoration is redundant, because your forehead is already decorated with beautiful black curls, which are with a little perspiration and they're sticking to the forehead of Radhika. So if I paint this, then what is this? This is just puna ukti dosh. It is the defect of redundancy. Netrabhyam vipulikritam. Krishna took 2 blue kuvalaya flowers, and Radhika wears the kuvalaya, sravaso kuvalayam. You know, there's that famous verse. Sravaso kuvalayam akshno anjanam urasi mahendramanidam. Krishna is like the blue lotus flower, the kuvala flower on the ears of Braj Gopis. So Krishna has taken 2 beautiful blue kuvala flowers and put them on the ears of Radhika and said, oh, again I'm redundant. Why? Netrabhyam vipulikritam. Because your eyes are so blue. And because your eyes are very long, reaching down to your ears, then when you look this way and that way, what's the use of a blue lotus on your ear when your beautiful blue eyes are touching your ears? So how can I decorate you? Krishna takes a necklace of jewels and to place it around the neck of Srimati Radhika. Then, Hara stars with the kanti bangibir alam pishta anupeshi krita. What am I doing now? This is a pishta anupeshi. Pishta anupeshi means grinding that which has already been ground. For example, if you have some wheat, you can make flour. So you take some wheat and you grind it, and then you get some flour. But what will happen if someone gives you some flour and you grind it? Nothing. It's completely useless. So when Krishna, he took a necklace to put around the neck of Radhika. Radhika was looking down and she was smiling. So when she smiled, her teeth are like pearls And the light from her smile was reflected on her chest like a bright light of a necklace. So Krishna, what is the use? I am only grinding what has been already ground by giving this necklace. When the beautiful Smita Kanti, the luster of your smile is reflected on your body. So Radhika, what is the need of decorating you? You don't need to be decorated. Your body itself is the shining ornament. Kamala Manjari and others, they're looking, watching, and relishing this. The others, even Lalita and Vishaka, they cannot see these things because they're of the same, similar age. They're the peers of Radhika. They'll have to be at some distance. But those who are following Rupa Goswami, they have the opportunity as younger maidsons of Radhika to see all these beautiful pastimes. When Radha and Krishna are together, Radhika sometimes becomes so absorbed in one sentence that Krishna said, one word that Krishna said, or one aspect of his beauty that all the other aspects of Krishna disappear. And then she cries, Krishna, where are you? Krishna, where are you? This is called Prema Lila. You can see the example in the 10th canto, at the end of the 10th canto, the queens of Dwarka, they're playing with Krishna in a lake and they're splashing each other. And Krishna embraces one queen and she goes into Prema Lila. And she thinks that Krishna is far away and she's alone at night and she cannot sleep. And she hears a Kurari bird calling. And she says, "Oh Kurari bird, why are you awake at night and crying? Is it because your heart has become pierced by the beautiful glance of a hero?" Like this. Because she's seeing her own mood in nature, in others. So this is Prema Lila. Lover and beloved are together, but then suddenly they become lost. And they begin to cry as if they're very far away. Vaichitta here means anya chitta. Because your chitta transforms and gives you your perception of everything that you see. When the prem takes over the chitta, it does anya chitta. It gives an experience of what's not happening. It's something which is not happening here, but you're experiencing it. So this separation comes. So Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Krishna is the son of Yashoda. Krishna is Braja Jana Ranjana. He gives happiness to all the other Brijbasis. Because there are times in the day where Krishna cannot be with Braj Gopis and he has to be giving happiness to Madhya Yashoda and to all the other Brijbasis. So at that time, Kunj Bihari, when Prema Lila comes, then Radhika cries, "Ha Mohan, where are you? Where are you?" And thinks Krishna is far away and with other Brijbasis. Jamuna Tira Banachari, perhaps he's wandering on the bank of Jamuna somewhere. Where are you? But she's in the lap of Krishna. Ankasti tepi daite kimapi pralapam ha mohaneti maduram vidadatya kasmat Shamanu raga madabivala mohanangi Shamamaniya jayati kapi nikunja simni. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, he said, how jayati nikunja simni. Oh, glories to Radhika. She's there in a beautiful kunja and she's sitting in the lap of Sri Krishna. And lost in the influence of Prema Lila. She's crying, "Ha Mohan, Ha Mohan." Or it may be in Ragamarg. If there's one song, then the devotee in Ragamarg, he does not say, "Oh, this is the meaning." Because this is the Nam Kirtan. And there are hundreds and thousands of unlimited pastimes in the names of Sri Krishna. So every day a pure Vaishnava, they experience newer and newer moods and pastimes in the songs of our Acharyas. So it may be that Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Radha and Krishna have met where? In a kunj on the bank of Radha Kund. It's the midday pastimes. But then as the midday and the afternoon comes, what happens? Then Krishna has to leave. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. And he has to go back to the village. And all the residents of Braj who stayed in the village, they feel such separation from Krishna. They're like dead bodies. And they're waiting so long. Finally, they come out of the village and they're all standing there. Madhya Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, Rohini Maya, Pivari, Tungi, Kuvalaya, all the aunties of Krishna. Nanda, Abhinanda, Sunanda, all the uncles of Krishna. And others, they come out from the village, they have Vatsaliras, and they're standing waiting. And they see the dust rise into the air because all the cows, 9 lakhs cows are coming back with Krishna. And finally, in the clouds of dust, they see Krishna perspiring. Dust is stuck to his face. He's perspiring from playing. And the dust, the godhuli, raised by the hooves of the cows, is stuck to his face. His face is like a lotus flower that's starting to wilt a little bit. He's a bit tired at the end of the day. Looks more sweet. And Mother Yashoda rushes to meet him and embraces him. And the tears are flowing from her eyes, and spontaneously milk is flowing from her breast. So Krishna gets Abhishek in tears and milk at the same time. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Then all the gopis are in separation at that time. They cannot come close to Krishna. They may see him return, but from their balconies, from their roofs and windows, not close by. Now he's giving joy to everyone else. Braja Jana Ranjana. But after some time, he will eat, he will take rest. And then after resting, Jamuna Tira Banachari. Again he will sneak out and he'll go on the bank of Jamuna. So the Kunj at noon, that is at Radhakund, Kunja Bihari. But Yamuna Tira Banachari, that is going again to meet in the evening. Like this. So Srishwari Drishtivagadi Sarvan Gita Vichakshanam. Those who follow Rupa Goswami, they are so fortunate they have a chance to see the beautiful pastimes of Sri Krishna. And they are Sri Ishwari Drishtivagadi. Sarvan Gita Vichakshanam means the way that Radhika speaks, the way that she glances, not only that, even the way that she breathes. The maidservants of Radhika can read it. They understand exactly what she wants, just from her breathing even, and from her glance. So this is called ingit, giving clues, giving hints. Sarvangita Vichakshanam, all the maidservants are expert at reading the hints of Radhika, so they can render the Anukul Seva. Service which is exactly what Radhika needs at the exact time when Radhika needs that service. So Kadakarisya Siyamam Kripa Katakshabhajanam. When will I become the object of Radhika's merciful glance? That means, when will she engage me in her service in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan? Sirupa Manjari Karachita Pada Padma Gostenda Nandana Bujapita Mastakaya Hamodatakana Gori Padaravinda Sambha Yasiti Kadayupayu Shanaka Karisye. Samvi Jayani Shanakaya Kada Karisye. Oh, when will that day come? When Radhika is relaxing with her head in the lap of Sri Krishna and Rupa Manjari is massaging her lotus feet, and she'll, by her eyes, call me, come and give me that service. I can take the uchishta, the remnant of Rupa Manjari's service. And then Rupa Manjari will take up a chamar and begin to fan Radha and Krishna to evaporate their perspiration, fanning with the chamar. So in these songs, Yamuna Tira Banachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, when a person is in the stage of bhav, then the Shuddha Sattva comes and they become overwhelmed with the 3 desires. Anukul Abhilas. When will I be called to render a favorable service in that very lila? So Shuddha Bhakti is like this. It is filled with Anubhav. It is filled with realization. But that realization will only come, that greed will only come by Sadhu Sangha. When we associate with advanced Vaishnavas and hear the nectar of Radha Krishna Lila, Tattat Bhava Di Madhurye Sute Di Adapekshate, hearing the sweetness of the interaction of Krishna and his associates, then when the heart feels when the heart is expecting, when will I have the opportunity to render such service? And a person is inspired to serve by that shining of the heart, by that abhilas, seva abhilas. And it's not coming from some shastric injunction or sense of duty or even from the intelligence or calculation. Then talobat pati lakshanam. This is the symptom of the awakening of greed. So it's very important. Tatat bhavati madhure shrute. Shrute means at the time of hearing the pastimes, then that feeling will come, and it indicates the awakening of greed. And then a person can go into the experience, direct experience of pure bhakti. Jai. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. Sri Nam Sankirtan ki jai. Bhale Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Bhale Saniwali ki jai. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Go Prema. So now it's time for Gora Arti. All the demigods have assembled in the sky. Shiva, Shuka, Narad, Brahma Adi Devagani. All the devatas have assembled. And all the intimate associates like Narahari and Vasu Ghosh have assembled to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we're very fortunate to be the witness of this astonishing pastime. Gora Arti ki jai.
Make it.
Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari
Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari
Gaura Hey Gaura Hey Gaura Hey Gaura Hey
Gaura Hey Gaura Hey Gaura Hey
Ki bajayo Jaya Gaura Chande Aroti Kishobha Bajayo
Bye.
Mero Radha, Mero Radha Ramana Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, श्री अरविंदोदास जी की जय। नीला पुरुषोत्तम निष्ठारेश रूपन निसर्गाय श्री भक्तिनाथ नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। निष्ठारेश तोरे सर्व कृष्ण भक्तिनाथ गुरुराय महाराज की जय। नीला पुरुषोत्तम निष्ठारेश कृष्ण गौरव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नीला पुरुषोत्तम निष्ठारेश कृष्ण भक्ति ज्ञान गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नीला पुरुषोत्तम निष्ठारेश तोरे सर्व श्री श्रीमान भक्तिनाथ बामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नीला पुरुषोत्तम निष्ठारेश तोरे सर्व कृष्ण भक्ति गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। पुरुषोत्तम निष्ठारेश्वर भक्ति गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। पुरुषोत्तम निष्ठारेश्वर सरस्वती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। पुरुषोत्तम निष्ठारेश्वर भक्ति रक्षक श्री गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। पुरुषोत्तम निष्ठारेश्वर भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जगत गुरु श्रीपाद की जय। सत्पर्षद बंद की जय। महामद उपवास गोक्षर भगवान की जय। सतुंग गोस्वामी सदन चक्रवर्तीनोद की जय। ऐसा सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ भगवान की जय। गौरी विराज श्री भगदेव विभूषण की जय। श्री विपार की जय। श्री श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभु की जय। श्री कृष्ण राज गोस्वामी पाद की जय। जय श्री रूप सनातन भक्त रघुनाथ श्री गोपाल भद्रदास रघुनाथ गोस्वामी की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की जय। रामानंद जी गोपाल बंद की जय। प्रेम गो श्री चैतन्य भवन नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गिरिराज शिवसारी गौर भक्त बंद की जय। श्री ईश्वर पुलपाद की जय। श्री मधुमंद पुलपाद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोवर्धन समग्र श्री ब्रजमंडल की जय। प्रभु भगवान की जय। वृंदावन श्री नवद्वीप महापुधाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम चक्षु जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। श्री राधा गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जी की जय। श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा गोकुल नंद राधा मंडल दामोदर माधव जी की जय। जय जोग माँ पूर्णमसी देव की जय। गोस्वामी देव की जय। श्रीमती वृंद देव की जय। श्रीमती गुणा देव की जय। सर्व विश्वदात गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। श्री श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद की जय। श्री ललित विशाखा अष्ट सखी वृंद की जय। श्री रूप मंदिर मंजारी सखी वृंद की जय। गुणमंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। राम समुदाचार्य वृंद की जय। सर्व भक्त वृंदावन शिकारी श्री सिंह देव भगवान की जय। भक्त भगवान शिवलाल महाराज की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन जी की जय। श्री शुभ संध्या आर्थिक की जय। भक्त कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समग्र भक्त वृंद की जय। मन शोभानंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय। जय गौर सीता प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि तुलसी देव्याय प्रिय केशव सचा कृष्ण भक्ति परिदेवी सच पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो